Hey everybody, this is Jeff. Welcome to the Writer's Cabinet. It's Sunday morning, and there's actually fighter jets going over our house right now. They fly in from the Norfolk area, Navy fighter pilots, and sometimes they fly so low they rattle the windows, which is strange for a guy who spent all his life in war zones to have fighter pilots flying over his house all the time. Anyways, I'm eating my breakfast. It's about 8:30 or 9:30 in the morning. I can't remember. Something happened yesterday. What happened last night, Holly?
Daylight savings.
Daylight savings. I still don't know what that is. Apparently something goes forward or backwards, something like that. I just know I wake up, my phone tells me what time it is, and that's all that matters to me. But here's the thing. You guys see the video of Trump on Air Force One? I guess it was yesterday. I just saw it. I was running around doing stuff yesterday. I'm not sure if it was yesterday or the day before, but I'm pretty sure it was yesterday, where Donald Trump came out and said the killing of the schoolgirls by bombings in Iran was, get this, the Iranian government killing the schoolgirls with its own munitions, that it apparently mistargeted something. Now remember, this school is pretty close to a Iranian military facility. So they would have had to been trying to essentially bombing something close to their own facility and just missed. That's not only preposterous, but he knows it's not true. It's a lie, right? And then Pete Hegseth stood right next to him, who was on the plane with him. And Pete jumped in real quick and said, it's under investigation. It's under investigation. So that was a double lie, because we know they're not worrying about investigating this stuff. Remember a couple weeks ago, or no, it was like a week ago, when I told you that because we don't have a Pentagon press corps and real people asking hard questions with follow-ups, and that you have people like Mike Lindell with Lindell TV. Remember the pillow guy? He's now got a TV station. Look it up. It's hilarious. You can buy pillows there as well. So those are the people that are in the Pentagon press briefings and in the White House press briefings and all that. These kinds of people. They've gotten rid of all the real reporters because they do not want to answer tough questions, and they love having a propaganda war where they're free from any scrutiny. So on Air Force One, I don't know who it was. I'm not going to be overly critical because I don't know the reporter, but it wasn't exactly a tough follow-up. Like, really? You think they bombed their own school during the first days of the conflict right next to their own military facility? That seems kind of strange, Mr. President. Nothing like that. Just let them just rip it out there as they bombed their own facility. They missed. They're not very good, but we target things perfectly. And then Hegseth comes in and is like, well, it's under investigation. And then he said, no, they bombed their own school. Right? Remember about a week ago, I said, don't trust anything they say. Nothing. I think this was either before or after, during my discussion with Kathy Gannon, the former AP bureau chief, who was director of news for AP out of Islamabad, Pakistan, covered Afghanistan, Pakistan, and then has even covered elections in Iran. What I know about the Iranians is that they generally, when it comes to, they're really tough negotiators, but once they negotiate something with you, they generally stick to it. And that's why they negotiate tough, because they want the terms to be clear and they don't give up stuff easily. But when they do make an agreement, they make an agreement with you. And I don't give a shit about what the White House says about this stuff. It's bullshit. They hit their own school and kill all these girls on purpose or by accident. I mean, both of those things are not plausible. I mean, it's not that friendly fire doesn't happen. It happens all the time. In fact, one day soon, I'll tell you about a friendly fire incident that I saw that the Americans did during the Trump administration, the first Trump administration. And I literally witnessed it. In a U.S. military installation on a screen. I watched it in real time, and they covered it up. So they have a track record of doing this from the previous administration when he was in, and now they're doing it again. And this one is more the president doing it, as opposed to just some officers who don't want you to see something that you saw. So, don't believe what they say. I'm sorry. They've created this. Listen, they've created this situation for themselves by eliminating the media from covering this properly. Everything they have to say has to be dealt with severe skepticism. Severe skepticism. We're past the point where just being on the plane with them asking a question is good enough. And they'll have to start proving things if they want us to believe it. If they want us to believe that the Iranians bombed their own school and killed 130 plus schoolgirls, they're going to have to show us the proof of that, the video of that, the investigation from that, like a real investigation. Show it, release it. If you have nothing to do with it, show how you knew that it was them that did it. Because, by the way, we know you have eyes on everything you hit. Everything you hit, you have eyes on. Either during, with drones, or afterwards, with aircraft. Okay? There's cameras everywhere now. You know, I know this because I covered these kinds of events. I know what they have the capability of doing and what they have the capability of recording, and they record it all. And it's all for after action reviews and to make sure that you hit your target properly and to see if you need to go back and hit it again later. So they know. There's a big room in Qatar where they watch these strikes. And then if they're not doing it with drones, looking at the drones when the strikes are happening, they're doing it after the fact with recording from the aircraft. And satellites, by the way. So don't fucking believe anything he says. He's proving that he's not to be trusted. And this goes to a deeper question as well, okay? Which is not the war. If you know how ridiculous it sounds that the Iranians bombed their own children of a school and killed them in an elementary school, and he can just do that, go back and watch that press briefer on the aircraft on Air Force One. Watch it, and watch how easily he lied about killing these girls. Didn't blink and just kept saying it. Even when Hegseth said it was under investigation, he just overruled him and said, nope, they did it to themselves. It wasn't us. We're too precise with our bombing. They're not very precise with their bombs. Really? Well, they seem to be hitting American targets pretty easily with their drones, right? So it's contradicted, I think, in many respects by the fact that they're able to hit American targets and hotels. Okay? So the important point here is not just from this one schoolgirl incident, which was very incredibly tragic to kill a bunch of young Iranian girls that have nothing to do with war at all. It's not collateral damage. I mean, you're humans. But what the ease by which he lies, that's what's important here. Because it goes to everything else he does. You know, when you ask him about, I had nothing to do with these, I've been exonerated from the Epstein files. Remember, it's never, damn, these poor schoolgirls who were killed. What a tragedy. These mistakes happen in war. We were trying to hit a military installation nearby, and we missed it. We fucked up and we killed these kids. It's horrible, and we're sorry. We apologize to the families that were affected by this war that we started. We were trying to hit military targets. Could have said that, and people would have probably gone, what a dickhead. What a dickhead, but at least he apologized. It's the first time ever. So remember, when he says, I'm not in the Epstein files, he never says like, oh, these poor girls, these 1,000 women who are victims of this stuff. We got to get to the bottom of this. It's never that. It's always, I've been exonerated. It's never me. I didn't even know the guy. Didn't even know the guy. So the ease with which he lies, you can just drag that across every incident that he talks about. He is not credible on anything unless he can prove it. Make him prove it. Journalists out there, my former colleagues at 60 Minutes, I know they work hard to make people prove things, or they try to prove it themselves, right? But if you're in a gaggle of people, he just shouts you down and then runs back in his bedroom with Pete Hegseth, and it's all over with. So anyways, like, follow, and share. Go on Substack if you are interested in what we're doing. There's free subscriptions there. I'd love for you to support us with a paid subscription. We're working here. It is Sunday morning. We're working on putting something out for you. We're going to have a stuff later this afternoon for our paid subscribers. But, do your best. Comment. We love the comments. And have a good Sunday. Hope you guys are coping like we are. Trying our best. From the Res Cabin. Take care.